Hey there! Hello! Welcome to Infiniti.
Thursday. We have two of these left. Hi, Vanessa. We only have this one and tomorrow's, and that's it. And I'm trying to get this to what's connected. There we go. We're gonna turn this off. I don't know why that's not stopping. But I don't know why this is not stopping. It's music. Oh, do you guys hear his music? Tell me if you also. Hello, Georgia. I, you don't hear his music? Where is like so you don't hear the music. What in the world is going on then? Sorry guys. Very confused. Very confused. Because I hear me like, hi! It was on before but not anymore. I still hear it. I still hear it. Yeah, I still hear him. You hear it. Okay, well I continue to hear it. It doesn't stop. Ah, this is crazy. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. The music just stopped again. Yeah, it's still going. I don't like it. It makes life worse because I don't like to. It's like bad music. I want to put this like really bad music. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Hopefully, we won't lose the show. I'm gonna close the app and see what happens. it still kept playing even after I closed Fireside for like a while. It kept playing. Like, I'm like, it's not even, an app isn't even on anymore. It was like the weirdest thing ever. I'm like sitting here going, am I going to have to shut this thing off? Like, it's possessed. What is going on? Oh my God. I can't. Oh my God. And it's just bad music, bad music. It's not good. All right, let's get YouTube. So nobody in YouTube, at least not yet. Here on Fireside, after some very odd technical difficulties, I'm here. Welcome to Infinity's Shaman Circle. It is Thursday, the 30th of March. March is almost over, people. Can you believe it? It's crazy. It's wild. It's insane. It's mind-boggling. You know what I got going on outside? Another storm. It's been snowing again. It's like, wow, really? Really? Okie dokie. I just got used to seeing the ground up by my tree. But nope, covered in snow again. How is everybody? Thank God it's almost over. Yeah, it's been a rough month. Oh no. Now it's frozen. Oh shoot. Is it working? Hopefully it's working okay. Goodness gracious. Well, I have the Bluetooth in because uh let's just get right into it, loves. Well, yes, it's been a while. It's been a wild month. Finally, my skin, as you see, I'm back in my uniform of my black tank top. Like basically what I wear all the time. I have like 20 of these. I decided a uniform, even at home, really simplifies life. So this is what I've been doing for a long time, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So I'm back to my uniform because my skin has calmed down significantly, thank goodness. And and yeah, the energies have been so intense. There's been a lot going on, a lot of uh, a lot of activity, just a lot, just it's like at one, and literally boom, 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 boom. But it's been like this for months, and this is just this where it's climaxing to this. It's gonna pop. We're gonna pop. It always does that. The fever always breaks. That's what I was telling. I don't know if I said that yesterday in the live, but that's what it felt like when I had those surges of energy on Wednesday. No, Tuesday. For some reason it feels like Friday already. I was like, it was so intense that it kind of felt like it's coming to a head, and it's like the fever is gonna, what's it called? The fever breaks. So the fever does break eventually, and that's what we're beginning to have happen now is the fever breaking. And I don't need that at all, do I? And this is Gypsy. Gypsy says hi. Say hi, it's my face. I'm a little Muppet kitty. I'm a little Muppet kitty. She's so funny. She cracks me up. Um, she's like the tiniest little thing ever. I've never had a cat so small. Uh, okay, you're fine. You can sit like that. That's fine. So yeah, just a lot of energies this month and gearing up um for this next phase coming in. And it's kind of like the rebuilding after the storm or the hurricane. Here in the United States, we have had or tornadoes, I should say, hurricane tornadoes. We just had a crazy amount of tornadoes in Mississippi. Like there's literally a whole town that is just basically gone. So after upheaval and things flying around and not anything making sense a little bit or a lot of it, then we have the rebuilding phase where we can kind of like the storm has passed, or the cyclone, the tornado, the hurricane has ended, and yes, you have a bit of a mess, but also an opportunity to rearrange, restructure, rethink infrastructure and in all sorts of different ways. Starting off fresh gives a lot of opportunities um, to do things differently, to evolve, to not, it always boggles my mind like, oh, we had this catastrophe because here we go again with the same old thing. Let's rebuild like we always do. And it's like, just keep on doing the same old shit then. Okay. Okie dokie. And this period of time is really encouraging us, supporting us, validating us in the deconstruction and the reconstruction. Hopefully the deconstruction isn't too chaotic. There's levels of that. And everybody is experiencing these things in different ways, in different intensities in their own life, and how much of it is being touched or restructured and what's all going on with that. So there's no one way to feel this, but we're all feeling it in our own ways, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically, mentally, all the bodies. And we've been here for, well, almost 3 whole weeks, except for one day that I couldn't be here. 3 whole weeks getting messages, talking about this, getting oracle, and then doing spirit walks like we did yesterday. And yesterday we got the wolf card and we got the child card, and it was really about teaching and learning. And Dawn said there's a lot of lessons in that show. She goes, such a great show, so many lessons. And I was like, oh, okay. Like I wasn't really paying attention. She's like, yeah, lots of lessons. I'm like, okay, great. Wolf medicine, wolf spirit animal, helping us learn, helping us with boundaries and borders and protection of ourselves as we go through our learning. And then the child card reminding us of that divine inner child. And then we had our spirit walk where we heard from our guardian angels and the collective of guardian angels. I channeled the guardian angels I think for at least a half an hour. We like started right into it. There was like spirit walk starts and boom, there they are, kind of like the day before with the Andara, the light beings that I channeled. Really, really quick entries into that, and a lot of information, a lot of uh, hopefully helping people to remember their guardian angels and their connection with guardian angels, and or their own guardian angel, and at least to start or to once again, because I think that's for some people in attendance. I think that they've had that connection, but they've been complacent and not so connected like they could be. And because of everything that's going on and will be going on, our guardian angels really want us to work with them, to use them. And I mean that in the best way. Like it's like we have this wonderful divine so wrapped up and close to us divine being who just really wants to help us and does their best to guide us to people, places, symbols, tools, locations, um, on both sides of the veil, if they get a chance, to reconnect with them and everybody else after that, all our divine spirit tribe, and of course Gaia, our soul. But our guardian angel is kind of like the first one that really should, and I'm not too much of a shoulder, but because of the way that all of this works, I've been shown, and it's been affirmed time and time and time again, that to be able to more easily communicate with your crossed over loved ones or other divine beings, ascended masters, archangels, other spirit animals, whomever that are there for us, if we can establish and make that relationship with our guardian angels the priority and learn how to communicate with them and talk to them and get guidance by them in very, very amazing, real, practical, and also magical ways, life is just easier. Take it from me. I'm very connected with my guardian angel. We talk all the time. We make each other laugh. It's like having my best friend in the room with me 100% of the time, dedicated to me all the time. And there's nothing else like it. There's literally nothing else like it. I have amazing relationships with all sorts of divine beings, but there's nothing like the relationship I have with my guardian angel. And that's not saying that even I sometimes am not as engaged as I could be. You know, it's easy to forget what you can't see, and that you have to actually put effort and intention into keeping that connection very much continual and charged and a priority, and because we as the humans, regardless of what we might be in any other way, we as humans, when it comes to our guardian angels and other guides and guardians, like we really are the ones in control of how much comes through, how often, at what strength, and what, the messages. Like we're really the ones in control of that, how deep we're going in or how much we're pulling out, and they work accordingly. And I know, for if those of you who are clients of mine, if you want to chime in on that, feel free to. Yeah. Oh, hi Tipsy, hi Kitty, they say hi. But that's definitely a thing, because sometimes it does get to be a lot and there's a lot of information, a lot coming through. Like that just happened with me in the end of December and January. There's so much coming through. I was like, I need a break where nothing is coming through for a while. And it all stopped because everybody's on board with what I need. And I say I need a break, they say, okay, she gets a break. And it's just that simple. And, or they are actually the ones who said, you need a break, but differently than you might think. And they helped me see that. And it was like, and everything just, so basically what I'm getting at here, what I was guided to get into a bit more, since this was so, like we didn't specifically have a conversation, a discussion about guardian angels, and then we had that spirit walk. We talked about other things. We talked about other teachers, but we weren't thinking about guardian angels. And I wasn't guided to talk about guardian angels when it came to teachers and stuff. But this was our divine counterparts coming and saying, okay, let's have another look at this as far as who can be your teacher. And our guardian angels can most definitely be our teachers. Mine is my teacher all day, every day. I have this joke with him. I say, oh, that's a good idea. He's constantly teaching me things and telling me things. I'm always like, oh, it's a great idea. I'll do that. That's a great idea. And it's just like, it's like so funny. I can't help it. I say it, but it's just such like a silly thing to say. But I say it almost all day. Oh, it's a good idea. It's a great idea. It's a good idea. To my guardian angel who's giving me the ideas. It cracks me up. It really does, and it does every time. I'm like, it's just like, that kind of levity you get when you're in a relationship with somebody, and it's in such a flow that you don't even, it's just such a beautiful thing. So, and it's a very important, like, for our mental well-being, like, all jokes aside, for our mental well-being, for our emotional well-being, to always have that with that one being. We have it with everybody, but with that one being who's literally attached to us eternally is not, should not be ignored, and should be really taken seriously and cultivated, because life does get much sweeter when you have that type of relationship. So it's one of the first things that I get into with my clients when they work with me in the Evolve Now program. It's usually one of the first things that come up with anybody when I work with them in any capacity, is the guardian angel thing. We have so much here. Hold on a second. Leticia says, thanks for bringing that up, because yes, I also forgot that my guardian angel is there. Also, because often I think there's so many possibilities to reach out for help, who to approach, but it makes sense to keep prioritizing our guardian angel to better connect with others. Most definitely. And Vanessa says, I completely agree. I don't connect with my guardian angel as much as I should. I connect to everyone else every day and hardly ever to my guardian angel. There's so much and so many to connect with that I forget. I will make it a priority. I can feel this love so deeply, saying it's okay. I am here and I always will be. Yes, that's exactly right. They don't take it personally. Here's the thing that's kind of the paradox and the weird crux of the situation. We're so used to them being here and helping us and guiding us, but we're unconscious of it, and we're used to feeling their energy around us all the time. It's like people that live in a smelly house and they don't know it's smelly. You know what I'm talking about? You walk in, you're like, holy shit. They got some smells going on in here. And they're like, what is great? What I'm talking about? So it's kind of like that, but with your guardian angel, that you're so used to feeling them and them communicating with you and being telepathic with them on a subconscious level, that it's easy to forget. Does that make sense? Hey, Bay City, does that make sense? Tell me if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I got you guys laughing. I'm glad I got you guys laughing. My next career is as a stand-up comic. I'm obsessed with comedy. I want to make you laugh. So yes, I'm getting a thumbs up. Yeah, that makes sense too. Good. Hi, Bay City. Yeah, definitely. Okay, good. So that's also, it's like, that's wonderful, to know that. You're like, oh, it just is so, it's it's happening even if I'm not conscious of it happening, of this relationship, of this guidance, of this love, of this support. It's happening even if I'm not engaging. But if you're engaging with your guardian angel, and I engage so much, and it's just like it's a habit. You have to have a habit though of um of cultivating this relationship, talking to your guardian angel either out loud or in your head from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep at night. And then the more you do that, then you're really greasing the wheels of your psychic, your telepathic, your channeling abilities, because you're directly, and another reason why guardian angels like that like the gatekeeper to everything else, and the one that you should work on first, they're the closest. They're literally with you. So if you're trying to be heard by something that's right here and communicate with something that's right here, that's going to be pretty basic and easy. You don't have to put too much effort or energy or thought into it. You have to get any equipment. It's right here. So you get that. So you get good at that. And then you start going, oh, wow, I could fully like talk, and I can actually hear them in another voice talking to me, and we're having a conversation. It's not just me talking out there, and then maybe I start feeling stuff, and maybe signs happen, and it's a gradual kind of thing. I think it's going to be happening much faster for people, to be honest with you. So the gradual just might be a couple of days before you're really feeling this back and forth, but then it gets even clearer and clearer and clearer, just so clear. And it's just, then you're used to it. You're not reminding yourself, you're not setting timers to talk to your guardian angel. You're just in this mode of living. So it does take some time. Vanessa says, I love this. I need to talk to someone who actually wants to talk to me. This will be a blast. Yes, you're so funny. You always crack me up. Yes, they do want to talk to us. That's what they showed up yesterday, to talk to us, to tell us like, hey, we're here, we're real. We're always with you, even if you're not engaging with us. So to make life easier, engage with us. But it's like creating any other habit. It's like cultivating any other relationship with all of your guides and guardians. But rein it in. And I get what both of you were saying, Vanessa and Leticia, about, you're out there, you're talking to archangels, you're talking to ascended masters, you're talking to spirit animals, you're talking to ancestors, you're just talking to everybody out there, and that's great. That's great. But you also realize that you're never talking to your guardian angel. And you guys, I'm sorry, I hope this is okay. Both of you are not totally clear on stuff either. You're talking out how much is coming in clearly that isn't your ideas, that you're like throwing out there and like waiting for some kind of like, sign or clarity, or, maybe me to say something that solidifies it for you. That's out of balance, is basically what I'm getting at, is the bottom line here. So let's rein it in and focus on guardian angel. Everybody's going to be there. They're all aware of it. This person here also is your messenger to broadcast out what you need. So it actually saves a lot of time to just deal with your guardian angel, because they're going to be like, okay, Michael, you're needed. Ancestor so-and-so, step forward. Like, they are your little traffic. They're there in the intersection going, come on down. For whoever. Oh my God. So it's like, saves time, it's time saver on top of that. You don't have, it's like, you're really like, I'm here for you to do this. Like, you don't have to do what I'm already doing. We're already doing what you're talking about. Like, you're doubling up the work here. Why don't you just work on this relationship? Meanwhile, I'm like here like a ghost being like, all right, I'm going to go take care of it. And you're like, blah, blah, blah. I need this. I need that. It's like, why don't you talk to me? Talk to me instead of talking out there. Talk to me. You see, does this make it easier to understand how this works? Like, we have to demystify the guardian angel and archangels and all of them, but we really need to demystify this like wispy thing of like whatever guardian angels. I don't know. Most people just think most people don't even believe in guardian angels. If they do, they don't think that there's somebody they can actually have a relationship with, that they're somehow connected but disconnected, that somehow you don't get to have that beautiful divine connection until, or to see them or be with them until you're dead. Like it's your consolation or something. Some people believe that. Well, it's true, seeing them is relative. They're just, and when I say just, they're energy. They don't have a gender, they don't have a body. They're just like archangels, anything angelic. It's basically big and energetic. And but we as humans like to put bodies on things and genders on things because it's easier for us to associate, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Um, but the fact of the matter is just because we can't see something like the guardian angel that's literally right here all the time doesn't mean that they're not here all the time. That's our perception in this reality confusing the truth. And it's like mass hysteria. Everybody experiences this illusion of separateness and alone. I'm alone here, said the cats. I'm alone here. But nothing can be further from the truth. So we need to deprogram the program that says, we need to delete that bitch that says, I'm alone here. Because that's false. That's false. That's a false program that we tend to keep on believing again and again. And we like, remember, oh yeah, I'm not alone here. And then 2 days later, I'm alone here. I'm alone here. I'm alone here. Like it's easy because that's the reality. I'm alone here. Yes, that's true. But am I really alone here? No, I'm not. And that's what's so hard for people to get. So hard for people to understand. Is just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not real. And even when you see shit, your eyes play tricks on you. So why are we relying on that as the baseline of what's real? That doesn't make any sense. Bay City says that is funny. Good. Okay, never made that connection to more clarity. Thanks. You're welcome. Vanessa says, I've always been able to easily hear the archangels since young, so I was always drawn to go directly to them, but this makes complete sense. Good, good. I do feel alone many times. Yeah, everybody does, sweetie. Oh wow, I still need great great reprogramming. Yes. Everybody does. It takes time. I mean, even sometimes I forget. I don't want to come off like I've got it all 100%, 100% of the time. But I'm connected enough for them to be like, hey, hello. knock, knock. And I'm like, oh yeah, you guys, can you help me out here? They're like, I mean, it doesn't last long, but it does happen. It does happen. It's easy for that to happen. Oh, my light's not on all the way. And yeah, you can, whatever is the past is the past. Like, once you get this going, you'll be like, oh my God, this is so much better. Once you're in that relationship, and it's established, and you don't have, goes from deprogramming yourself. I'm not alone. My guardian angel is always with me. They keep a perimeter around me. They protect me. They're always there. They know what's going on with me all the time. It's better if I just talk to them, communicate, like literally on the basis of like, I talk to my guardian angel about like, what am I going to eat? I'm like, I don't know what I want to eat. Nothing sounds good. And then my guardian angel will start throwing images at me and ideas at me and encourage me to go and look in the fridge and the freezer and then start throwing things at me. And the whole process takes like 2 minutes, if that, before I'm cooking something I never would have thought, maybe. Or maybe it's the same old thing, or maybe it's super basic, but whatever it is, he seems to know exactly what's going, like how he's going to hook me. Like I'm a fish with bait. And he's like, what about this? I'm like, nom nom. That worked. It's not that long. And then we're like going back and forth. Like it's super, like, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, what should I be doing right now? It's like so many different things I need to do or should be doing. Like, and then it'll come in from him. Like, how about you do this? And then you do this. And then you do this. And this is why. And I'll be like, oh, it's perfect. Thank you. I mean, it's like the best assistant ever. It's your guardian angel. So really basic shit. You know what I mean? Like it's not all the big, like also the big questions and the big situations that we have going on in our life. It's like the very practical stuff. My guardian angel, unless like my brain is too occupied, which does happen. But my guardian angel would be like, watch out for that cat puke on the floor. Quicker than that to get my attention so I don't step in the cat puke. Like, but on that kind of level. So, and if I do happen to step in cat puke now, I've gotten so used to that I'm like, hey, why didn't you warn me? It's like you were not paying attention. I'm like, oh, that's probably true. Wasn't paying attention. That's on me. That's on me. I got too much shit going on in my head. I'm listening to stuff I maybe shouldn't be listening to in one way, shape, or form, and not listening to my guardian angel, who I should be open to hearing all the time. That's on me. Basity says, I have never felt someone as was with me. I wish I had someone reach out to me somehow. I'll get to that in a second. I just asked him if he could just live my life. He's got it all figured out. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. You're hilarious. He laughed and said no. Yeah, that's hilarious. I always had like categories in my mind. For example, with eating, Chung Wang, healing, Raphael, protection, Michael, creativity. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think you're really into compartmentalizing and structure. I think that's really cute, Leticia. But that's really taking the tiniest slices from any of those divine beings, and not opening up to the full breadth of the relationship that you can have with them in a complete way. If you're just thinking of them as, this is what I go to, this very specific thing, like doctor specialist is the way that you're looking at it. And they can be so much more than that. Most definitely. Oops. What did you do, kitty? Cat's like laying here. So anyway, I hope that this clarifies things. Oh, and basically, yeah, you know what? Most people are not gonna, you're not gonna feel your guardian angel. They're not there to make it so you feel them. They make it more like, it's like it has to be you being conscious and wanting to have like really wanting that relationship and wanting to tap in with them, and then working on that relationship, because otherwise just imagine how much that might scare people, um you know if it's not like the motto is stay out of the way, be invisible and unseen and unfelt and unheard. We are the ones who's supposed to hear and see and feel and help. And if at some point in a person's life they get conscious and they want to have a conscious relationship with us, then that's a different story. So maybe you're at that crossroads for yourself now, learning this stuff, being here, being guided here, that this would be something good for you to begin to consider and to prioritize in your life, especially since you want it. You feel alone, but I'm telling you, you're not alone. So then you're like, wait a minute. So then I don't have to feel alone? No, you don't. I never feel alone. If anything, I'm like, can I have some room around here? And not just my guardian angel, just can be crowded up in here. I get visitors when I have not invited them over. I'm like, oh, I guess we're having a meeting. I didn't know. Boom. Like, all right. Um, Sometimes I get a heads up, but sometimes I don't. And it could be a legion, a literal legion of angels. Oh my God, I'm dying. I can't with this. Good Lord. Okay, so I can go on and on. This subject I love so much. I hope you can feel the relationship and kind of my giddiness that I have, with my guardian angel. We have a lot of fun. We laugh all the time. Um, and yeah, I wish I would have tapped in and got conscious myself way sooner, but better late than never. And everything happens when it's meant to. All that sort of business. Um, da, 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 da. You are. So she says, okay, that also makes sense. Thanks for explaining. You're welcome. Can an archangel be your guardian angel? No. No. You have a guardian angel, and you have also archangels. But nobody has a guardian angel, uh, archangel. Not even archangels incarnate. We have uh guardian angels. They have a very different function. Your guardian angel, their purpose in being is you. And that cannot be said for archangels. They've got a lot on their plate, not just you. They're not integrated with your life the way that your archangel is. They're kept aware, and you can call them anytime. They're able to fractal out infinitely, but that doesn't mean that any of them are going to be take the place of a guardian angel. So no. I guess I can talk to them every day without feeling crazy. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's the thing. We've been conditioned to think like, oh, even thinking or believing in guardian angels, you're nutso. You're some religious crazy wacko. And that's not, so we shut it down. We're like, well, we don't want to be some religious crazy wacko. or just crazy wacko, hold the religious. And so we shut it down. But once we go, wait a minute, so I can have all these wonderful, deep spiritual connections, number one with my own guardian angel, and then it's sky's the limit from there. And I'm not crazy. Yeah, absolutely. I do it all the time. Now, some people would say that I'm crazy, but the fact of the matter is that I'm not. And I actually, in the beginning, it was really hard for me to tell. Not that I even cared to tell, to differentiate. It was just kind of like one big voice. And then the more that I worked with everyone and became aware and had relationships, I was like, oh, now I know. I feel the difference when it's this person, across the board. It doesn't feel like one. It's just something that to cultivate. It's a muscle. And if you've never used that muscle, it's going to feel like you're talking to nothing and nobody. But that's not the truth. And you have to remind yourself the truth is they are here. At least your guardian angel, if not others. But focus on your guardian angel. They'll bring in whoever that you need to bring in. But let's not put the cart before the horse. Let's focus in on the guardian angel. And as a reminder, loves, on my website, archangelslove.com, you can go to the more section, the more, menu, and channeled spirit walk meditations would be what you select. And there you will find body love and I think it's, what does it say? Body love and meet your guardian angel. Yeah, that's what it is. And meet your guardian angel. It's a wonderful spirit walk that helps you connect your body in a really beautiful way. Now, we just had that spirit walk, I think, last Friday, which was a body love one with Gaia, but it doesn't have the guardian angel business in it. We just did the one yesterday that has the guardian angel channeling, and you hear from your guardian angel and you do all this. You have your symbol for your guardian angel. And basically, if you did not watch that replay from yesterday, I highly encourage you to do so. Because in the spirit walk, I channel our guardian angels, and we do a whole bunch of really cool stuff. One of those things being, we're given a gift to use to help us to connect and to talk to our guardian angel. So I highly suggest that for anybody who has not done that yet. So I would do that. Vanessa says, haha, got it. I wasn't getting any of these new things. You're welcome. Bay City says, you're welcome. What was that website? It's Archangels Love, altogether, archangelslove.com. And then go to the more, all the way to the right, and down towards the bottom, it says channeled spirit walks. Spirit walk meditations, and there's 5 of them. They're amazing, all of them. I highly suggest you guys do them. They're free. I channeled them a couple years ago. They're really popular, and I made them available on my website for everybody. So take a look at them. But the body love and meet your guardian angel is one of them. And I don't think I think all of these are right around 20-30 minutes. They're not that long. Welcome, Amanda Lee. And then do I get them on this website? Very new. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, like I just explained. Yes, you get them there. You can listen to them on my website. I think you can even, I think I have it set up, you can even download them. So, or listen to them on the website. Either way, you'll see. It's super easy. There's a player there. You just play. It's an audio file. So super easy. And that will help you to have this like introduction meet with your guardian angel. But again, also yesterday's spirit walk, that you can get here on Fireside or on YouTube for the replay does have that channeling from our guardian angel and all the good stuff. Who else is here? Shush. Oh, she's my babe. She's my babe. Shush me. She's my baby. Hi, she's my baby. Okay, so one thing I want to get into after we've talked all this business with angels and guardian angels is bring Leticia up to the stage, because she in our chat yesterday, she asked me a couple of questions about working with her guardian angel, and I thought, well, I think this would be great for the show. So, lovely lady, I'm going to invite you on stage. Invite you on stage while I have some of my tea. Yep, it's snowing. Hello.
Hi. Can you see me? No, right?
Hear you though. Here, let me invite to video. That might.
Okay, excellent.
This time it froze, so you had to use the computer. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time. There she is. Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for coming on. I thought you asked really good questions. Do you want to just get into your questions, or would you rather I could read your questions, but if you have them on the top of your head, if you want to just ask your questions, we can do it that way too.
Yeah, I mean, it was about connecting to guardian angels of others or of your loved ones. That was mentioned in the spirit walk. And I wondered what is the potential behind it, or whether I understood it right. I also have a specific situation where I could really use it, because it sounds like something that could really help me. But yeah, I wanted to ask you how I can use this opportunity.
Well, what's your intention? And let's start there with what your intention is, regardless of guardian angels, and then we can see how that might work with guardian angels and what their purpose is in their network, because that's what they have. They work in a network. So all the guardian angels are a network, and that was talked about in the spirit walk a bit. And how, but when you have especially your own, family, so your guardian angel, your friends, your family, whatever, that network shrinks to, paying, like working within that network, whatever your network might be. Does this make sense? And so they are, because your life isn't separate and autonomous from your family or your friends, right? They're all connected. They all, your life affects other people's lives and vice versa. Your reality is shaped by the people in your life. This is why we get rid of people, and this is why we bring people in. This is why we keep people, because that's the reality of our life. And so for our guardian angels to have to do the best sort of job that they can do for each one of us, they work in a network within each other, and this is for everybody's benefit, for awareness, for guidance, for everything. So it's not just like you're singular with your guardian angel, completely autonomous and not connected. No, you are. We know energy cords and the whole thing, so you're very much connected. So the information passes around between guardian angels around the people that that person is connected to. So um so hopefully that helped understand a little bit like how that network worked. But let's go back to you as far as what your intention is. So what's your intention?
Yeah, so this is basically a bit about a bit sensitive situation. So where I feel that I want to protect somebody, a child, and but I'm witnessing that somebody very close to her is like we talked yesterday about this awesome concept from the wolves, that they are guiding their cubs instead of imposing themselves on them and their experiences and everything. And I can just see that the trauma that this adult experienced during childhood, that this is imposed, or the effects are somehow imposed on her, on that child. And I'm not talking about a narcissist. So I was wondering, how can I help to create better understanding of what's happening? And yeah, therefore the idea of talking to that person's guardian angel seemed like an opportunity. And my questions, or my ideas were, okay, can I talk to that guardian angel and ask for how I can contribute better to getting or to getting this person better understand what's happening? Or can I send some positive energies, and it's being amplified with that connection to his guardian angel? Or what's the purpose? What's the benefit of connecting the other person's guardian angel? Or how could I really use?
Okay, so there's different kind of layers there with things of what you're talking about. So to keep it simple, I guess the best thing to think about is there is first of all, there is a story that is being written between this father and his daughter, and a certain amount of, I mean, how do I put this? What you described is literally going on multiplied all over the world. There isn't really anything in what you're saying other than people who have already broken the cycles, have healed themselves. They're going by what they think is right, their experiences, how their relationship is or wants to be. And a lot of it is, parenting is a very interesting space to be in, emotionally, energetically, spiritually. And Okay, I believe here, let's just get down to the nitty gritty. You're way too wrapped up in this. I can feel it. I can feel how wrapped up in this you are. And what I mean by that is not that is that you're is almost like you want to, like, your energy somehow to get in there and change and affect and make this change as to like what's going on there because of your perception of what it is that you're seeing within this dynamic and how it's affecting the child that you love so much, that you're connected to as well. But that isn't going to your um your intention is one thing, and but any kind of like imposition of that perspective or your intention is going to just is not going to be absorbed, is basically the bottom line. It will not be absorbed by this person. They're not um it looks like they're just not like, they're not seeing the full picture. And I think what you do, you see a lot more of the picture than they do. And
Yeah.
Yeah, and but see, this is a very difficult situation because there are certain things you can't force people to see. And when it comes to how people raise their children, you're entering a danger zone. That's People are very guarded about that. And if anything, that it could backfire. So, and I know it's like there's this tension, there's this like trying to maneuver around it in some way. And I think you saw like, oh, this guardian angel thing, like, can I, like, basically, like, can I send a message to his guardian angel so his guardian angel can somehow tell him that what he's doing, get him to not do it? Like, you're not telling the guardian angel anything that they don't already know. They're fully aware of what's going on and what would be better. But there's also a thing called, free will. And there isn't anything that anybody can do to change that. So what you can do is usually when things have more space, when people have more space or experiences have more space, the tension gets a little looser, and people can see a little bit more clearly there. And I'm not sure, I don't know the details of this, that I don't, but what's coming through is what's coming through about it, and what you and your questions about it. And I see your, like, it's, not make any mistakes here. Your intentions are very, very good. Nobody sees this as you trying to do anything bad. That's not it at all. But it's causing you a lot of inner turmoil. Like, you're real, like, this is something that's very upsetting for you. And I think you think like the way to make it so I'm not so upset about this is for it to change. And then, and it's not, and you're upset because you can't change it. And that's understandable. But there also needs to be a little bit of time here when it comes to this. And if anything, what's coming through is for you to, maybe take a mental step back and an emotional step back, kind of rein your mental and emotional bodies back into and bring your spiritual body to the front and start working from and seeing it from that point of view and perspective, because that will help how your mental and your emotional bodies are in tension about this, upset about this, and trying to get out of this in some way. And that your spiritual body comes steps forward for you. Is this making sense?
Yeah, kind of. I need to further process this. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure. I mean, I understand the dynamic with the mental and the emotional body, and so with the spiritual body stepping forth, it would be like having the opportunity to see the bigger picture somehow, or
yeah, that's definitely part of it. And also it would give your mental and emotional bodies kind of a break, because there's stress there, right? When it comes to this situation, this subject, there's stress energy there that is not serving you. Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
So this is about rearranging the energy and taking that stress, like shifting that for you, because you're the one, you're witnessing, you're experiencing this whole thing from your aspect. And I don't think that what I'm being shown here is that you've considered how the toll that that's taking on you, and how the mental space, the emotional space, like we talk about pieces of the pie, and that's a significant.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't think further. But I mean, yeah. I was just so focused.
And that's understandable. But at the same time, the reality is that there's a family dynamic there, there's a nucleus there, and you're here, and there's only so much that can be penetrated there. So because of that fact, you have your own frustrations and tensions and stuff because of that. Nothing's going to change that, right? That's the dynamic. And that is that's its own thing too. So what I'm being shown is like there's this whole kind of energy form we talked about like last week, quantum energy in the field and energy forms and making wishes and all this stuff. So this kind of leads into that. And what we have here is tension over tension. There's a tense situation between at least these two people, the father and the daughter. That's not counting the mother situation. That's also there, but we're focusing on the father daughter situation. Whatever tension is going on here, whatever's happening here. And then you're witnessing of it, tension. So we have tension. See what I'm getting at? So even if your intention is to help alleviate the original, somehow make him see, make him, give him guidance or awareness or motivation to work on himself and his own experiences and to break the cycle of whatever is going on there. But that's a whole, it's kind of like shooting toothpicks at a at a building or something like that. Like it's there's only like what's going to penetrate there, but you're spending energy with that tension. So that first needs to be rectified. So this is why we're guided to talk about this, because of of your now tension that is a thing that needs to be transmuted. And then the focus will be on the spiritual level, and then the energetic level, because we're taking the mental and we're taking the emotional out. So up steps spiritual and energetic. And with the spiritual and the energetic body having the mental and the emotional side out of it, can see things very differently. Can see the energy. Oh, this is the energy I put in on top of the energy that was already there. So I'm going to take care of that first. And then I'm going to see whatever tension and energy is there that's creating this cycle, that's feeding into the cycle that probably happened generation after generation after generation. And then what I'm going to do is, on a spiritual level and an energetic level, I'm going to send healing, loving energies to that cycle. And all of the guardian angels, especially their guardian angels, will help you with that. And that's the way that you can, as an individual, see things, but be detached from it. You have to detach yourself from it first, because your frustration, anger, resentment, judgment, and everything on top of it isn't going to fix shit. Does this all make sense?
Yeah.
So you have to but you're allowed to feel those things at the same time. So this gets very tricky. So don't shame yourself and judge yourself for having those feelings, because those are real and it's human to feel those things. But it's another thing to be like, okay, now there is upset emotions. There is tension within me about this situation. What good is, whoa, oh man, I can't get these things to stay up no matter what I do. My art. But the tension within you is not going to help anybody. So approaching it with yourself first and seeing it for what it, just be like, okay, well, it's human to be upset. Absolutely. It's upsetting to see a recurring cycle with father and daughter, with anybody. But this is my family. This is my blood, who I love. I want to protect her. So now I'm upset. And that's understandable. But then you still let yourself be upset and honor that. But then let your other self come in and then say, but now we're going to deal with it on a higher level than the emotional level. And then you can really start to work energetically and spiritually. And all you can do is send, I want healing, I want love, I want support, I want nurturing in this relationship. So whatever the universe is going to throw at them, I'm going to stay out of it. But this is what my intention is, to magnetize that to that relationship. And then detachment. There has to be a level of detachment there. And I know that's hard. I know it's hard. But the less your energy is attached there, the more, even if it's your intention, the more pristine that's going to be. And the more that that guardian angel for him and for her can work with that energy, they amplify that energy. And because it's pure, there's nothing tainted, there's no darkness attached to it, then they can work with it. anything that has any kind of taint of any kind of dark lower vibes, they can't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
Mm-hmm.
the cleanup needs to happen first, and then they'll just
Okay.
come in big time. But as far
Okay.
as communicating to the guardian, his guardian angel or anything, it's like it's. I mean, it's nice for you to. I mean, sure you can do that, but it's not like breaking news or anything. You know what I mean? You're not like breaking stories here when it comes to that dynamic. That's obviously, but it's like there that and then that's like I know that that's probably not as satisfying as you hoped, but it's real, and that's very powerful what I'm talking about doing. And it's not, and I know that like, okay, well, this is not going to be that. It's not as easy as like it is definitely harder than probably because it's a lot of stuff with you. You weren't seeing you in it, so now it's like, oh, this is stuff with me. I got to deal with this stuff with me, and process, and then do that. So I know it wasn't probably exactly all the things that you may have wanted to hear about this, but this is going to be ultimately the most helpful. And I know that that's what you want. You want to be helpful, right? Like
Yeah.
that's what you're looking for, is to help. And you absolutely will. This, what I just described to you, is going to be so much more powerful than so many other alternatives, because it's very pure and divinely supported, and
Yeah, that sounds good.
and helps get some tension and pain out.
Yeah.
Let's eliminate that. Let's
Yeah.
because that's not gonna it's not gonna help you at all, you know so you can
Yeah.
so think about that. Talk to your guardian angel about it, because they're gonna help you with this big time. Because that's the kind I'm just hearing the too, like that's the kind of thing we do. Is that exact thing. It's like when people, that's why prayer works. When people just pray and there's no judgment, and people meditate together, or just one person prays, and it's pure and loving and healing and unconditional, it works, because the divine beings, the angelics, can get behind that. And there are boundaries to things. We can't supersede anybody's will, of course, because that's when we get into dark magic versus light magic. So there's a fine line there. But when it is on that, with that intention, um, and coming from a pure source, without you know, um, any ulterior motives, or, like benefits to me. Like, I hope that happens there because this benefits to me, that kind of, like, it's all very self centered. Then that breaks the magic. That doesn't work either. It has to be very, very pure. So, any questions, any other things about any of
Yeah,
this?
makes sense.
What?
No, it really makes sense. Yeah,
Good.
it's thanks so much
You're welcome.
for
You're welcome. I hope that this helps.
illuminated that blind spot that I had. Yeah,
That's
it
it.
felt like I had a blind spot, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to working that way.
Good, honey. I'm
So
so glad.
there's also healing in it for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And you'll
that's
feel
a
much
win-win.
better, much better. Yeah, you'll feel a lot better too. So I can feel the
Yeah.
heaviness. So that needs to go. and then you transmute it and you focus in a different way
Yeah.
and how you're going to help and what you're going to do, and that'll feel really, really good. And I bet you're going to have some, amazing experience with yourself, because you've been working with sending your energy out and doing all sorts of things. So this is along the lines of what you've been doing, but with with a with now this renewed connection to your guardian angel to help you help you talk things through from beginning to end, all of it. And a different way to see that connection that you're mixed in that, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. So I really hope that, or not that I hope, I know that I'm excited for you to do that energy work, because I know that when you do, you're going to be like elated at the experience and really, really uh inspired and excited that what you experience when you when you do that work. And I suggest that you call in your, with your guardian angel, that you do that together, because that's the kind of work that you can do together with your guardian angel. Well, like anything, but they, and as you've experienced working with me directly and in spirit walks, we do certain things and then we go, wow, look at, then we have the angelic presence and they're adding their energy to it. I mean, you've heard me say this countless times, so this isn't news to you that this is what they do. It's another thing to just enlist them and use them and combine your power. That is a whole other thing that I know it's going to be really exciting for you to do and experience. So I'll stay tuned because I want to hear about it.
Yeah, I can feel you already.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's true. It's real. It's like you're so powerful. You are. We all are. We're so powerful. But things can get clogged up, or we can get focused in different ways, or we're human, we get upset about stuff, and but this business with working with our guardian angels and them not only guiding us through our own stuff and clearing and healing, we're paying attention, we're doing what they're suggesting for us to do. They only want, their agenda is our well-being, our health, our happiness, what's good for us, what's good for everybody involved with us. That's where they're constantly focusing their divine energy for us, and what they hope we absorb for ourselves is truly the deal. And then we have this whole other thing with our souls as well. But when it comes to just this human aspect and this guardian angel aspect and relationship that we have, is they're programmed to run 24/7 for infinity, all about you and supporting you and loving you and motivating you and helping you. And so whatever that energy is, to penetrate and then communicate. So this is like this whole thing. And then they can really say, like, they're the more in alignment you are with all that, then when you decide, I'm going to focus my energy, I'm going to focus my power, I'm going to focus my abilities on myself, healing me, and then taking that and pushing that out to others, the amount of energy that comes in to support that is massive, huge, because it's on the agenda of every divine being. You know what I mean? They all go, oh, we're on board with all this business, and it just comes in. It's so strong because that's everything, and that's why it always feels so good. Yeah. So anyway, honey, thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad we've talked about it, because that was another I am I still here? You're frozen and I can't hear anything. Oh no.
Love 3. Oh, I love that. And then again, Bay City, Georgia. Uh, she's my baby. Hello, everybody. And I have been so focused on my like on my conversation. Oh, I think you're back. I think
Yeah,
there you are.
I just wanted to say I'm glad that we. Hi. Yeah, I'm really glad that.
Uh-oh. Can't hear you all of a sudden. Oh, uh-oh. Maybe she'll come back. We also have Mama Bear on YouTube. We'll see if Leticia comes back. You really wanted to hear what she had to say. And oh my gosh, I've had my glasses in my armpit again, apparently. What the heck happened? I don't understand how they get so dirty. Hi. Well, I'm glad you're here. No, I didn't do the reading yet. Nope, been talking. This one's going long. Been talking, had Leticia up. There she is. Let's see if we can have you come back, honey, so we can finish up. I don't like you being cut off. Nope, have not done the reading yet. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can. Bay City says, oh, well, let me see. There we go. Okay. Bay City, I have to jump off. Thank you for sharing some good information to me. I will jump back on tonight. Great. Have fun with Tyler. Hello, John. Oh, thank you. Vanessa says that was such beautiful guidance. Oh, thank you, honey. I just go as guided, so I'm just the messenger. Fireside is acting up. You froze for a few. Okay, I think we're back. Hopefully. Leticia, you there, lovey? See if you want to come back, finish up what you were saying. So all of a sudden I couldn't hear you and then you were gone. So let's see. Let's give that a second. It seems like we're having technical issues everywhere. And the snow outside that's falling is fat. Fat, fat, fat flurries of snow. Oh my goodness. I live in the San Bernardino Mountains in California, and we have gotten so much snow over the last month and a half. It is wild to see more, and it's going in all sorts of directions, and it's fat. Oh, Leticia, what's going on? Okay, maybe it's not working. Well, I'm going to move on. If it does end up working, if you can request to come on and we can wrap that up. I hate that you got cut off before you were done. Um, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer. Wonder why. But now, oh, you can't access the Fireside chat anymore, and also don't see my video. Leticia's here on YouTube. Well, that's weird. How is that happening? Maybe you shut up. If you don't see my video, then oh, you mean on Fireside? Maybe try shutting everything down and starting things back up, Leticia. Yeah, maybe try get out of the meeting or the show, close it up. Yeah, and then try to come back in. Sometimes things just need, I mean, it started off weird today with the guy who does the music. I could not make him stop, but I was the only one who could hear it for like 5 minutes. I had to close it and bring it. Yeah, so it's been acting up today, doing really interesting things. Are you from? No, I'm not from Minnesota. I'm from here in California. Um, and I'm in a town that doesn't normally get anywhere near the amount of snow that we got or am getting this year. It's just wild. I see that you're there. I'm glad. Yeah, I've just been focused on this conversation with Leticia. Great conversation. Thanks for coming up. We'll see if she can leave and come back in to finish that up. But if not, we are going to jump to the Oracle. So let's just go ahead and tap in there and see what Oracle decks I'm going to deck or decks we're going to be guided to today. Okay. I think. Oh, okay. Two decks, two different decks. So two cards, loves. This is going to be a long one. This is going to be a long one because when we still have the spirit walk, so I hope you guys don't have any place to go for a little while. We are going to get, I just was guided, we are going to get two cards from these two decks, the Mystical Journey Oracle and the Starseed Oracle. We're going to start with the Mystical Journey Oracle, and that's this one right here. Welcome, Melody. Welcome. And Leticia, if you do end up getting this, I'm going to try one more time before we start this, just in case. And Robin, welcome, Robin. Just about to start the Oracle. These are general readings, so I'm not going to be doing readings for anybody, but these are general readings for all of us. I'm going to take one card from the Mystical Journey Oracle and one card from this Starseed Oracle. That's this one. But we're going to do this one first. Just giving Leticia a moment here. I was talking with her and she got cut off before we can finish. I'm hoping that she can get back on. So anyway, if she can, ooh. So anyway, here we go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, thanks so much for being here. So we have card number 34 with trust. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Talking about guardian angels all day today, and then we get the trust card. Gotta love it. So I'm going to jump right in with this one. And we will see what we get with the Starseed after I read from the Mystical Shaman with Trust. So Leticia is saying here, I think she's given up on trying to get on video again. She said, I just wanted to say thank you for that conversation. Energy work with my guardian angel was another thing I never really considered, but with everybody else. Well, you're very welcome, my love. I'm glad that I can help you. And I'm looking forward to hear how that goes because I know you're going to absolutely love it. Okay, so trust. Let's take another look. Beautiful card. Card number 34. Oh, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch my audio. I'm going to turn this off. And hopefully we're going to be coming to you from my mic here now that I'm not going to be talking to anybody. Please let me know that that's working okay. Can y'all hear me?
Hopefully, yes. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, so trust. The instincts of animals never lie because there is no artifice in them. As a human, you can learn to trust your animal instincts when it comes to harmful people and situations. Within the image on the trust card is an animal guide protecting the woman, a leopard, which is a powerful totem of feminine mystique and strength. A person who once hurt you is about to re-enter your life. In the past, you let this person into your heart's sacred garden and they trampled on it, leaving scars. Can you trust them again? The leopard quietly watches, assessing the situation. Her instincts do not lie, and you will feel in your gut whether or not this person is good for you. If you continue to let someone into your life and they hurt and upset you over and over again, ask yourself, how many chances am I willing to give? Can you accept this person as they are, knowing their core behaviors will never change, and be okay with that? Or do you gently release them from your life and realize that while they may be a good person in many ways, they are not good for you? And the action. The fish at the woman's shoulder can connect her with the element of water, together with the emotions and deeper awareness that come from her higher self. Sit quietly and connect to your higher self. Asking to be given a feeling or shown a symbol that represents the person you are questioning. Trust that, trust that you will know within your heart what is the right thing to do. Okay, so this is definitely multifaceted here and kind of has a lot of different meanings. So on the surface, everybody, this is, yes, about those animal instincts, the feelings that we get that are, that make us either lean in or lean out, that are unexplainable, they're energetic, they're spiritual. But on the heels and talking about guardian angels, our guardian angels definitely play a hand in what those vibes are that we are processing to help us. Hence, guardian. So they help guard us, which means they also help us process what we're feeling, and then hopefully to listen to that inner guidance that they're trying to amplify for us, or they send us awareness in different ways. Pay attention, so red flags, energy blocks, feelings in our body that something is not right with a person or a situation. Usually it's people. The couple that I can identify that happens across the board with everybody is you'll get cold. So the body's energy goes from being really open and going, oh, somebody's tapping in and pulling, like energy vampire business. They're pulling on my life force. And for me to understand that that's happening, I'll get cold. There's something attached to them. There's some energy attached to them or within them that is pulling on my life force, and that's no bueno, because that's not okay. And I get cold. So that's one. Another one is just out of the blue, sudden rapid fire sneezing. That's another one that people get across the board when you're around somebody either comes into your field or you go into some field and you just start sneezing. A lot of people go, oh, my allergy, there's got to be something in here that's setting me off. No, it's your body's alarm system that's getting really obvious that there's something that's like sneezing. Think about sneezing, getting out. Sneezes are about expelling from the body, right? So it does that with energy too, not just like, doesn't just do that for things in the physical. It does that for things in the spiritual and the energetic fields as well. So you start sneezing. That's another one. So getting cold and sneezing are two really big, very easy ones to tap into for yourself, to pay attention energetically, that will help also whatever else may be coming through that makes you want to lean out versus lean in. And then what was the other thing here? Oh, let me check in. James says, I get cold too and sneeze. Yeah, most people do. They get this. Oh, let me back way up. Da, 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 da. Your son is okay? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Okay, cool. Oh, well, great. So that's a symbol for you. Melody says 313 is my late mom's birthday, and I see this number all the time. Yeah, so you have a number, a symbol, a connection to her, to that energetically. So that's definitely something to work with and to use and to pay attention to. That's great that you've made that connection. James Alexander says, feel the energy, drained my morphic magic by LA spellcasters. I get drained all day, all the time, and it knocks on the door at night and early morning one time, and then it happened again wherever I move and do magic, and the only way for it to stop is to move and not buy any more love spell magic from you shouldn't be buying spells, period, from anybody ever. So since you brought that up, I'll just touch on that real quick. Spells are dark magic. And what I got done talking to Leticia about, I don't know when you came in. So if you missed that part, James, please go back and watch that, because we talk about how she wants to help in some way with this energy, with this other relationship that she's connected to. And the lesson there was truly, before you're able to work energetically and spiritually to send any type of positive energy, you have to clean up whatever darker energies that you have associated, the tension, the frustration, the sadness, whatever that there's there. And that's just that. When we talk about spells, we talk about people who are specifically calling in entities to do dark magic, to work with energy to do a certain thing, regardless of what people may feel or think or want. And so here's the cheat code. If you're working with the light, you don't need spells. If you're working with the dark, you're all about spells and working with entities and beings who are of the dark. And once you connect to dark energy, you've got a problem that needs to be exterminated by somebody powerful enough to get in there and do that kind of work. Because and here's the shitty thing about it. Whether you decide, whether people do it willingly all the time. I'm going to work with dark magic, and they think that that's fine. But the problem is once you work with dark magic, you work with dark beings. I mean, that's like in the title. And once you work with dark beings, then they will control what goes on around you and use you for food energetically and will not stop. And the more upset you get about it, the more they're going to do it. So they need to be exterminated. And whatever remnants of whatever that you have with love spells, and that's really misleading. It's love spells. So it has like love in the title, but it also has spells, and spells are dark and connect to dark beings. So you're never going to get out of that ever, until those dark beings are eradicated by somebody who is powerful enough, knows what they're doing, and can take care of that for you and heal your field, your sacred space, your body, and get all that right, because you will be in like living hell in various degrees depending on what they tapped into for you. So yes, absolutely. I think you know the problem, so definitely work on the solution. Leticia says, okay, for me, it was once also like feeling of my space being narrowed. That was when I experienced a narcissist, yes, and his puppet master attacking me. Yep. Yeah, that is, when we come across any, I mean, narcissists with their puppet master little entities that run the show with them, they're pretty dark, but they have a certain amount of control and power, but over that person. It's a different type of entity when you're dealing with spells, unfortunately. It's a totally different thing. So anyway, there is that. I'm going to move on to the Starseed Oracle. So if anybody has any questions about this spell business, I don't care if it's somebody who says we do spells with angels and archangels, because I've seen that in crazy. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. Angel spells? Like, can we take a step back, please? Take a look at that. Angel spells. Like, you don't need spells to work with angels, ever. You don't need spells to work with anything that's of the light, ever. You just need your intention. It needs to be pure, and then you need to ask for help from Jesus or Ganesha or Mother Mary or whomever, your guardian, whoever it is. Just ask for their help, and they're going to help you. You don't need a spell for that to work with the light. You don't. You need spells to work with the dark. And then they have you. I've had so many people contact me after that they've worked with people who dark magic or, spells, etc., and all that, what happened. It makes me so frustrated. As you can see, I'm just like, I can't. Karmic relationships. Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Well, look at that. Karmic relationships. And I also feel, just so you know, there's no judgment. A lot of people get wrapped up into the spell thing. They don't know what they're doing. You're not a bad person. And things can always be rectified and healed and set right. It's not, nobody's doomed, and it's, it's a journey. It's something to figure out. Things needed to be the way they needed to be. Okay. And a lot of love spells, just FYI, is not going to bring the right person. It's going to bring more darkness, usually. Okay. So karmic relationships. Let's find this guy here. Oop, there it was. I saw it. There we go. Okie dokie. The constellation Orion is thought by many to have been a place of great polarity and eventual unity. Some believe that many star seeds who were part of this cosmic history are incarnate on Earth now and are playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Perhaps you're one of them. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. However, because of this, conflict can also result in unity and growth. Too many misunderstandings are caused when we don't open our heart and mind and see things from a different point of view. When we go into reactive second-guessing mode instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings, and then find mutual ground. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. I'm going to say that again. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet, that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence of all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? And Starseed Soul Inquiry. Which relationships do you find the most challenging? How can you see things from a different perspective? How are you being called to allow growth through the conflict? Well, my dear Leticia, I don't know what to say, but wowza. Goodness gracious here. Remember at the beginning of our chat, Leticia, I said, there's a story going on there. That was just like the human story. There's way more at play when it comes to our relationships and how they're karmic relationships and how, these things are, and who are we to say what they need to experience? This is what I was getting at earlier. This kind of really helps solidify all of that when it comes to our, everybody's little flavor in everything that's going on, and how much of that comes from a web of life that is beyond our understanding or capacity to see, even within our own ancestry here. It's like broad stroked concepts that are hard to bring in and like wrap your head around. There's a lot of that. But both of these cards with trust and then karmic relationships, I love these together again with this backdrop of guardian angels. And both of these are talking about, let's back it up a little bit. This one is talking about relationships and letting people in your life that upset you over and over again, and ask yourself, how many chances do you give? So both of these are pointing to how we see and process and deal with relationships on the human, like, break it down level, and then thinking way out as a star seed and how all of that comes together. But in both of these cards, it says you got to step away from the bullshit, from the negative feelings, and step into the light and the love. And then there you will find your answers and your guidance and your healing through that. Both of them, in very different ways, say the exact same thing and back up what I said earlier to you directly, Leticia. So she goes, oh, okay, wow, yeah, I can see. This is so deep. Yes, it is. Very, very, very. So another look at it is about trusting how you feel, being aware that you have divine guidance helping you feel what you feel, that's going to protect you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically, all of it. So there's that. And to trust in that, have faith in that, and work with that to help with the equilibrium, with the balance of what's all going on inside. And then on top of that, we have the look of the karmic, bigger picture situation here of what may be going on. And and the causes, the polar, like what is there when I talked about the tension in like how we feel about these things from wherever perspective that we're at, and how that tension is energy and what that does. But here's the thing, none of it goes to waste. And even on, taking it from the human aspect of whatever emotions or tension that gets brought up, on triggers are messages for us to process, to have greater understanding. I reacted this way. I felt this way. This thing happened, or that, I witnessed this, or this came through and it had this effect on me, or this relationship that I'm witnessing really, does this to me and makes me, and I feel this way. And then what? Is it back out to pay attention to that relationship, or do we cycle here and go, wait a second, what's that all about in here? There's different looks at it, and there's not any one right answer, of course, but these are just different perspectives to look at ourselves and what we're feeling, and how to master our frequency and be in control of what it is that we're what record we're playing, and how we're playing it, and how we're dancing to that song is up to us. We can say this thing happened, that thing happened, this person did this, whatever. And yes, while that's true, it all comes back to us and how we're processing, our perspective, how we decide to be and react and respond and connect to ourselves and our, it's like there's always a compass. The compass is always there. Are we on course or off course with what's in our highest possible timelines, with what is our highest possible vibratory state of beingness? It's really hard to maintain that. Like, whoo, it's hard. But we have those instincts to tell us, this person's going to bring in more darkness. This is not the way to go. This thought process, or this, we know. Come on. We know what's good for us. We know what's bad for us. We know we know. Do we want to know? Do we want it to be different? Do we wish and hope that this time, maybe not? Sure. Those are the loops that we take because we still haven't learned the lesson. We need to do it again, and just a little bit different flavoring in this one. Does it change things? Probably not, but I knew to experience it anyway. I knew it. How many times do we say, I knew it? Yeah, well, but you didn't trust it, but you knew it. So now you had to go experience it again, to have one more time to see it come, materialize. And that's our choice, to either go to be like, so let me leave you guys with this, and then we'll get into the spirit walk, because this is a personal story of mine. And all my life, I've been spiritually connected. All my life, since I was 5, I was channeling angels and giving messages to people. So literally since I was 5 years old. All my life, I've been getting. I didn't really say I would have this guardian angel connection like I do now. I just knew that I would be impressed. I called it impressed upon, to know things or to be aware of things. And because there was this fracture that happened when I was 5, and I was channeling for the angels and giving people messages. People didn't people didn't take it as seriously as my 5-year-old little mind wished that they would. Because I'm like, you got the solution, now go off and do it. And people are a lot more complicated than that. And I didn't get that as a 5-year-old. I'm like, what's your problem? Like, why don't you, we just got the information, and a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and here you are again with the same thing. What do you expect it to be different? I did not understand as a small child why people didn't get it and just do what they were told. Why was that so hard? So after a couple years of doing that every single week for groups of people, I got frustrated, and I said, why do I do this? why do I do this for people who don't listen? It's like I'm this little show pony. They get all excited that I know all these intimate details about their lives. How could she? What is a miracle? It's amazing what she knows, blah, 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 blah. And I admit, even as a 5-year-old, I liked hearing that's like, oh, you're just like so magical and amazing. But after a while, it was like, okay, but that doesn't feed me at all. That I'll know stuff, but that you don't do anything about it. Like, that was so frustrating for me as a small child. So I basically lied and I told everybody that I didn't hear from the angels anymore. And I didn't have any more messages to give. It was a big problem. Back in 1978, people didn't take that too well. They were upset because they got used to me doing that every single week for like 2 straight years. And I was like, over it. I kept seeing the same people about the same shit. And I was like, I can't, like, want to shoot myself. And I'm 7 years old. So I made this lie. I never lied, but I told this lie, which my mom knew was a lie. But I was like, well, I got to commit now. Showing up to this party, go tell people stuff. And I'm like, sorry, can't do it anymore. So then it turned out after I did that, it was like, oh, then I didn't realize it at the time because life and being a kid and et cetera, that I really did stop getting messages. And then life just went on. And I've always been, very psychic, very connected, but the real, like, the way that it was so intense when I was between 5 and 7 did suffer a bit because I was like, I can't do this anymore. So then all my life I would be like, there's that outside influence, that information coming in, and I would be like, it was very clear, very, very clear. There was no confusion to the guidance. It was me going, but if I do or if I don't, then I wouldn't know if it was or if it would be unless I do it. So I'm going to have to do it. So I know if you're right to tell me not to do it. Does that make sense? My internal bank of how do I have faith in the guidance coming in unless I go through with whatever it's telling me to or not to do, and then I know if it was right or wrong. Well, it was always right. It was never wrong. Ever, ever, ever. Never once did it fail. Did the guidance come in so very clearly and was wrong? I was always going, damn, I knew that. I shouldn't have done that. Well, I needed it. And then I would always go, well, yeah. So I'm in trouble. I'm grounded. Whatever it was as I was growing up. And the last thing that happened was when I made a big change in my life. I was 18 years old. I was out of high school. It was one of my first jobs. It was one of my first jobs. And I was out with friends and I came home late and there wasn't any parking in the condominium complex that I lived. And I'd been living there since I was 8 years old and I was 18 years old. And there was never a problem just parking on the street right outside and then walking in. Nobody wanted to do that. But if all the parking spaces were taken, then that's what you would do. But on this particular day, which P.S., I had a brand new job the next day to go to. Brand new first day of work the next day. On this night, I parked it out front and I went to leave it. And now I know it was my guardian angel. At the time, I didn't know really what it was. But my guardian angel was like, you're not leaving your car here. Do not. It was so strong. If you leave your car here, you will not see it again. Ever. Do not leave your car here. And then I would go back to the car and I'd look at the car and make sure all the doors were locked. And I'd stare at the car and I'd start walking away. And then I'd come back. Seriously, it took almost an hour. And then I'm like, well, let me take my at that point, this was early 90s or whatever it was. I had a case of cassettes, not even DVDs yet, people. This is how far back it was. I had my cassette case, where all of my cassettes from listening to music. I grabbed that. I grabbed all the important stuff out of my car. And I'm like, no, it was very, very clear. But I was like, what do I do? There's nowhere to park. Where else do I leave my car? So I left my car. Eventually I left my car. I went home. I went to sleep. Got up the next day, got ready for my brand new job, went out, and guess what? No car. No car. Car was gone. Car was gone. And guess what? Never saw it again. Never saw it again. And I stood there and I went, this can't be fucking happening. This can't be fucking happening. This can't be fucking happening to me. How is this happening? How is this happening? You had like forever the guidance to not make this happen, and yet you're asking, how is this happening? Sure as shit I was, most definitely. I was like, because throughout my life, like I said, I would test. I would be like, well, you say this and I do this, but never was so much on the line for me as my car. It was a big deal to lose my car. And I made a choice then. I said, you know what? I think 18 years of testing has come to an end. And I will, from now on, listen. Best of my ability. I will listen. I'll shut the fuck up. I will not. I will listen. Now, you know, I don't think I was 100%, but I definitely learned my lesson that day. Definitely. All right, let's see. Any messages here? We know this. I totally agree with you. Well, I'm glad you agree with me. Thank you so much. Watch the replay. Yes, you can watch the replay. Most definitely. Cassettes. I had them too. Yeah, cassettes. So anyway, that's just a little story of my own life about something that really happened, how I was really guided not to let that happen, and yet I did anyway, and it taught me a big fat lesson to pay attention, to listen to my guidance, to not be resistant, to not need to be so effing curious that I had to see that timeline play out. Because that's what it was. As a young person, I had to see the alternate timeline that I should not have taken play out. To go, okay, you were right. Whatever you are. You were right. Again and again and again and again and again. All the time. Never not right. So that's another thing too. You replace resistance and fear with faith and trust. You get way better results. It's so much easier that way. You're welcome, Leticia says. Thank you for sharing that story. You're welcome. I wish I didn't have that story to tell. Trust me. I wish I didn't have that story to tell. It was a big one. It was a big one. Big, big, big one. So I'm turning down my light. Dawn, Erica, Love, Woody, Jennifer, Vanessa, Georgia, Leticia, both on the Fireside and the YouTube. Bay City, she's my baby. All of you loves. And hopefully Leticia and both Mama Bear are still here in the YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. This is a long one. We're already at 2 hours. It's been great, though. I love this conversation that we've had today. So much, but it is time for us to get into our spirit walk. I can't imagine what it's going to be. Who knows? Let's see. I do channeled, guided, astral, spirit walk meditations for any of you that are new. That's what we're going to close out this show with. I don't know what they are. They're channeled. They're channeled completely. So whatever is meant to come through, whether it's working with ourselves energetically or bringing in messages from the team, I am the messenger and the facilitator, and I'm so glad to have you join me. I am going to, I don't need to close that up. Oh, that's right. I could get into my text this time. Hi, Erica. Hi. Georgia says, I'm so glad that I was somehow directed to you. That would be your guardian angel. Thank your guardian angel. My heart knows what I need to do. Wish my mind would do it. Aw, thank you, honey, sending me love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sending you love right back. Yeah, it's a process. It's a process. So be easy on yourself. Be patient. We know the difference of when we're being lazy, when we're being stubborn, when we don't want to make a change because it's too hard. And, maybe when we just need some time to settle into process. There is a fine line there. And being a responsible, awakened adult in these lifetimes is knowing the fucking difference between coddling ourselves and letting ourselves just waste time indefinitely by not making the changes we need to make, and giving ourselves some space and some patience and some kindness. We need to ride that line. And it's not easy, but the more you do it, the better it gets. And especially the more that you do make whatever those changes are and you see the payoff, because like I said, when I used to take psychic calls all the time, it'd be like, all I'm doing is validating people. Cause in the end, they're like, oh, I know. It's like, I know. It's like, God, I'm getting paid just to hear people tell me that they know what I'm already telling when they call me to ask questions. Like, seriously, like, do they get it? They know, yet they're calling me to tell them to validate what they already know. And then it's still 50-50. They're actually going to do whatever that is, because that requires energy and effort and commitment and responsibility. Ugh. None of that shit is fun. It's way more fun to ignore stuff and not change a thing. That's the easy way. That's the way most people live their lives. Easy peasy, not changing anything, because it takes too much effort, dedication, time, energy, responsibility. It's just the facts. It's just the facts. It is hard to change. It is hard to evolve. It is hard to expand ourselves. It is hard to make changes, hard changes, especially ones that say this person no longer should be in your life. Move the fuck on. Right? Those are the hardest ones a lot of times, whether it's friends, family, lovers, spouses. That's one of the hardest things to do, because why? Karmic relationships, energetic ties and bonds, all the things, not easy at all, but necessary in a lot of ways, in a lot of places, in a lot of spaces with ourselves, so we can literally move on. And it takes time to make those changes. First, we gotta think, like, is this a change I need to make? Let's explore that. What am I getting? What's the balance of energy here? What do I give? What do I get? What's happening here? Oh, maybe it is better. Oh, it is definitely better if this person's not in my life. Oh boy, what does that entail? How does that restructure shit for me? Let's think about this for a minute, and everything else that it affects. I mean, these are big deal. This is big deal stuff that requires preparation and the understanding of it being a process. It's when people just all of a sudden get a wild hair and go, I'm breaking up with somebody, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, make these like really like fast adjustments, big time fast adjustments in their lives, that things just do not stick. The breakup or the marriage. I met her last week. Sometimes you hear that working out, but normally no. Or the breakup that happens too suddenly. Oh, they got back together. Why? The process. There's a process, So go easy on yourself, but be real with yourself too. Fine line. That's all I gotta say. It's a fine line. Love says, so a new relationship I entered 2 years ago, person came and truly accept me for me, and then everything that was suppressed resurfaced again, and now I am in a learning stage to reach my full potential. Lovely. I have to push myself because my granddaughter is 7 years old and very gifted, and I have to be her guidance to help her, which was something I did not have. Oh, good. That's wonderful. Well, I'm glad you're doing that for yourself, love. Congratulations on all that. It's not easy, but I know you can do it. Tap in with your guardian angel. It'll be that much easier for you. Okay, loves, with all that said, whew, and it's snowing. Let's do this spirit walk, you guys. Let's do it, loves. I'm going to check in here one last time with the YouTube. Yeah, Leticia says, "Oh my God, yes, it's so hard, but so awesome once you push yourself to do it." Yes, there's a massive payoff. You feel so free, she says. Yes, oh God, liberation. Liberation. There's nothing like it. Liberating yourself from yourself and your own shit. Bad, toxic relationships, addictions, whatever. Liberation is amazing and pays again and again. The payoff is again and again and again and again because you've stepped up for yourself. You've taken care of yourself. You've made changes for yourself, and the universe rewards that energy and that effort 100%. So thank you for saying that, Leticia. And you have worked so hard, and it's been amazing watching your journey. And I know that you're like, but I'm tired. And I know it gets tiring. Take a break. Take a break. All right, loves, let's do this. Thank you, Leticia, for being you, for being here. Thank you all for being here. I love you all so much. Yeah, it's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. All right. All right. Who's ready? Who's ready to travel? Me. You're a bunch of me's. All right, let's do it, everybody. In the seated position, or if you have to lay down, lay down. We want to, hopefully you can hear this music. We've got the 963, same one that I've had for the last couple days. The 963 frequencies of God, spiritual awakening, pineal gland and crown chakra music. Hopefully it's not too loud. Again, thank you to everybody for being here with me, for receiving these messages, for being part of this sacred circle of light and love and healing and truth. Always find the truth here. And hopefully a little bit of humor. Hopefully I make you laugh too. I'm really into that. All right, loves. So eyes closed. Hopefully you have something to cover your eyes, or just keep them closed. Turn lights down. But if you have an eye mask, go ahead and put that on, or anything you can tie around your face to make it nice and dark for your third eye. We're going to take nice, deep, controlled, easy breaths in and out of the nose at your own pace, please, with your shoulders back, chest out, abs engaged, spine straight, hips not tilted, pelvis not tilted, nice and straight in the body. Hands at namaste at your chest, or relaxed palms up on your thighs or at your side, or holding crystals. You can move throughout. This is not one of those clear your mind meditations. Those do not exist. FYI, there's no such thing. This is for receiving and working with our energy field. So it is active. So you may feel energy moving around you, within you. You may get a little itchy, feeling a little energetic. That's fine. Move around as you're guided to, as it feels good. Your physical comfort is extremely important when we do this. You're not distracted by your body. So make sure you're comfortable. And think about maintaining that posture. Easy smile on your face, eyes closed, covered would be best. And breathing at your own pace in and out of your nose. Nice, deep, controlled breaths. Really extending the inhale. Extending the exhale. No need to rush it or push it here. Connecting with the bodies. The physical body, the energetic body. The mental body, the emotional body. Spiritual body, and the abundance body. Your guides and guardians, our spirit tribe, personal and our universal spirit tribe coming in. Guardian angels lighting up to your left, making their transparency a little bit easier to feel and perceive and even see with your eyes closed, seeing with your third eye, opening up the crown chakra as well to receive. Might get a little tingle in the head space, might feel a little pressure above the head, might feel a little warmth, whatever. Just take note. Everything that you're going to feel or may feel energetically, all positive, all light, all love. Guardian angels coming in once again. Guardian angels coming in. Just have the intention to connect with your guardian angel, to feel their presence, their love, their undying, infinite, unconditional love, support, and loyalty to you as a divine incarnate being. And a scene is coming through. And it's a scene of a harbor, a docks, boats, mountains, a decent sized bay to this dock in this harbor. And there we are, all of us on the docks. The energy is about moving forward, leaving the comforts of what we know, of what we called home, our identity, and those who know us have known us for so long. We are explorers, and we know that we're going off on adventures. We're liberated from the past, from history, from anything that is connected to our lives here on this land. We take a look back at the land, see the places and faces, homes and buildings, stores, restaurants, parks, all the different places that we have been connected to, friends, family. And there we are on the dock. Everybody has their own ship. It's filled with all the resources that we would ever need as we leave here and we journey forward. We all gather in a circle, excited. We're going together, but we have our own boats, our own responsibilities. We're going together, but we may be going in different directions at times, and we know this already, but we all have the same mission. And that is ourselves, our lives, a liberation from the past, from experiences, expectations, situations that hurt us, that we need to heal from, people, places, whatever, all the energy that's back there. As we stand on the docks and we look, and we say, we're leaving this place. We're going to another place. And this is all symbolic of our past stories, people, places, experiences. And we are part of a soul group who knows consciously that we must leave what is comfort, what is routine, what is the norm and the regular, to experience everything new, new beginnings across the board, a new us, a new we. So we hug and kiss, wipe tears. See you on the other side, brother, sister, friend. We go together on this voyage of the self, of discovery. We know as we climb into our boats, take a look at your ship. What does it look like? What color is it? What are the carvings or the symbols? This is, by the way, a sailing ship with sails, so we can see the sails and take a look at what the sails are. We're going to use air. We're going to use life force. We're going to use wind to take us forward. Not a machine, but our own instincts are the wind. Our body is the ship. Our awareness, the sails. And we're going to catch the element of air, life force, energy to take us forward. So pay attention, look at your ship, explore your ship here. Who's on your ship with you? Let's do some inventory. What's on your ship? Who's on your ship? What does your ship look like? It's important. This ship, everything about it, and who and what is on it is what you really need. So here in this astral space, our guides and guardians are showing us what we really need to move forward. And it's a lot less than we thought. There's a lot less people here than you thought, a lot less material items here than you thought. Maybe there's things here that more of things that you didn't think that you needed, but there it is. So just take inventory, take a look around. Some things will be labeled, some things won't, some things might be way more clear than others, but you will know, if anything, what is missing more than what is there. So just spend some time taking inventory here consciously of what it is and who is there and who is not. what tools you have, what symbols you have, whatever that is here that is meant for you to continue as you move forward. But yes, most of it left on land. So it's time to set sail. To untether us from the docks, and to capture that energy in the form, the element of air as we move forward. This group of souls on their ships to liberation, evolution, deep healing, soul connections. So check in with yourself here as the ship leaves the dock. Just focus on you and your ship as it leaves the dock, as you're separating from the past and moving into your future. Stay in the present. Your goal is awareness, knowledge, exploration, evolution, adventure, fun. It's all part of it. Start thinking about, the new people that we'll meet. Those who are doing the same kind of thing you're doing. Just think of all the different docks all over the world. People leaving behind what they knew too, getting in their ships, way less than they thought than they needed, and going, doing the same thing you are. All of these ships are meant to meet, to cross paths, to unite, to join forces, to collaborate. There are definitely more questions than answers, and this is exciting. So we know as we move forward, as the day turns into night, as the sun sets, and the stars are visible in the sky, the moon and its reflection, and pay attention to what the moon phase is right here. The moon and its reflection, if at all, on the water, ever present as you move forward, shining there. And the stars, reminding you are part of something so much bigger. To stay on that shore would be to really cheat yourself out of your true and full potential in this lifetime. And you know, as you move forward, there's nothing ahead of you. There's no land. There's no specific destination. Your faith and your trust in yourself and your guides and your guardians and your soul connection with yourself and your soul family. So you look up into the night sky, the beautiful stars, the constellations, remembering, star child, who you are, divine light being, soul that you are. This aspect of you now, exploring to connect deeper with yourself. The journey is inward. As you move outward, the constant balance of in and out as you move forward, reminding yourself not to get too distracted of the out, not to be too bogged down in the in, but the balance of both as you move forward will keep your ship on a magical right course that you don't really need to have much control over. It knows where to go. It is magnetized to you and your frequency. Your vibration tells this ship where it's going. It catches the air when it needs to move fast. It rolls up the sails when it needs to slow down. It moves faster and slower depending on your faith and your fear, your pain, your peace, your happiness, your bliss. See yourself now looking ahead. There's nothing in the way, nothing to maneuver around. There's no blocks. There's nothing else. It's just open ocean, and you are going straight ahead into your future. Freedom and liberation to all the heavy, to all the pain. Forward, forward, forward here. Again, paying attention to who and what is on that ship with you. Let them come forward. Let it be seen. What are your tools? What helps you? With the intention of learning about them, working with them, connecting with them. And that is all you need to do, to have that intention. Leaving the past behind and anything that you are anchored to that did not, does not, and will not serve you as you move forward. There is a light in the sky. It's getting brighter and brighter. Calling to you. All the answers are there in the light. All the direction. All the details are there in the light. All the knowledge and wisdom is there in the light. There's nothing in your way. And that light is you, your soul, calling out to you. Helping to guide you forward. And each and every day you get closer and closer and closer to unifying, to deeply connecting with your soul. And everything within you, your body, is set for that course. All of your guides and guardians support you with this. Of course, your guardian angel with you always. Set the channel to transmute fear into faith. And follow the incoming guidance. It will take you straight ahead to where you need to be. Let your body feel this through and through. A sense of peace, of relaxation, excitement, inspiration, motivation. Calibrate to this feeling right now. Calibrate to this. And let it integrate with you on every level of your consciousness, of your bodies, of your energy systems. Solidifying how this feels and the intentions of it within you. You can almost like fold it up like a map. That is ever present and extremely magical. And then lastly, see yourself as one of many ships going in faith, traveling further and further away from fear. As we heal one, we heal all. As you journey forth, forge your path to your soul, you inspire others to do the same. Congratulations for being here, for working with yourself the way that you have been and the way that you will in the future. All of your guides and guardians are sending you waves of light and love, support. May you honor yourself with those same energies. Receive them, match them for yourself. And here, just let yourself sail forward as long as you like, exploring your ship, receiving messages, looking at the stars, whatever it is that feels good to you here. Continue to do that for as long as you like. When you're ready to end here, just slowly back into your body. And have a wonderful rest of your day and your night, everybody. Sending you all lots and lots of love. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I appreciate it very, very much. Looking forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Back here for our last daily show tomorrow at 12 o'clock Pacific. Hope you join me. Until then, may you be showered with love and light, everybody. Bye for now. Here with me. I appreciate it very, very much. Looking forward to seeing you.